Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. So guys, in today's video I'll be showing you how to achieve this beautiful shift dress. So this is the fabric I'll be using for this tutorial. Let's get started. My fabric is folded into two. I'll be cutting on the front piece first. Okay, on this dress there's slits at the front, so I'll be marking 1 inches for the slits for the front. I'll mark it down to the ending of my fabric. So after marking it, I'll go ahead and use my ruler to make a straight line. Now I also went ahead and roll out my shoulder line. Now on this side, I'll go ahead and take my vertical lines from my shoulder line down to my bust line 10.5, from shoulder to my waist 17 inches, and shoulder to my hip line 25 inches, then full length. So after marking my full length, I added 1 inches for hemming allowance. I came over to this side to take the same measurement from shoulder to my bust point, my waistline, my hip line, and my full length. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and use my ruler to just make a straight line to connect the dots together or the marks together. So I'm done doing that. The next I'm going to do now is to take my shoulder measurement. Now I'll go ahead and take half of my shoulder measurement, starting from the 1 inches line that I marked, then take my sleeve length measurement and 2 inches for the sleeve hemming allowance. So now I'll go ahead and take my neck width. I'm using 3 inches for my neck width and 7 inches for my neck depth. For the back neck depth, I'm using 1.5 inches. I'm chalking out the back neck width first so that I'll use this fabric to cut out the back. From down 3 inches, I'm going to connect it down to the 7 inches I marked. So this upper neckline right here is for the back, and this other one here is for the front neckline. For the shoulder slope, I came down by 1 inch, then connected back to the neckline. So for my sleeve opening, I'm going to maintain the 10.5 inches bust line. So I place my tape at the shoulder slope, then mark 9.5 inches plus sewing allowance. So the total sleeve opening I have is 9.5 inches, which is the bust line. Now I'll go ahead and take my bust measurement starting from the 1 inches line at this point. So I'll take my bust measurement, which is 9.7 inches. I'll add 1 inches for ease and 1 inches for sewing allowance. I'll come over to the waistline. I marked my waist measurement, which is 8.3 inches. Then I had half an inch to it for ease and 1 inches for sewing allowance. So I'm going to connect from my bust down to the waistline. So guys, I added half an inch to the waistline instead of 1 inches. I want the waist to be a little bit more smaller than the bust and the hip line. So at my hip line, I'll mark my hip measurement. I'll take my hip measurement 11.5. I had 1 inches for ease and 1 inches for sewing allowance. So I'm going to connect from my waist down to the hip line using my ruler. So guys, you can also use 1 inches for ease at the waist measurement. Okay, so I just decided to use half an inch.
I'll be using the same measurement I use at my hip line for my full length, which is the knee line. So I'll use this measurement right here and then connect it down to the full length.
So now from the bust line I came down by 1 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect it just like this. So this is all for the front. Now go ahead and cut it out. It's very easy to cut. So at my shoulder, I'll go ahead now and add half an inch for joining allowance. Okay. So I'll go ahead now and cut out the back neckline. So I'll be using this fabric, this front piece, to cut out the back. So the back, there will be zipper at the back. So the back zipper allowance is 1 inch as well. Now use this back piece, this front piece, to cut out another piece again for the back, exactly the same piece for the front. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and cut it out. So guys, this is the back piece. Because I used the front piece to cut at the back, so the 1 inches slit allowance I had to the front will be the zipper allowance to the back. Now I've removed the back piece from the front piece. The next I'm going to do now is to cut out the front neckline. Okay, before I cut out the front neckline, I'm going to fold in this 1 inches for the slit at the front, so that I'll cut out the V neckline. So after cutting it, you must fold it like this before you cut it. Okay, so after cutting it, you have something like this. But please guys, don't cut this one I'm cutting right here. I made a mistake here. Please do not cut it. So now go ahead and split the front into two. So basically this is all for the front. So this is the back piece right here. So remember, this back piece had zipper allowance. So I'm going to split this back piece into two as well. I'll be using this fabric as bias to turn the neck. I'll place the bias fabric at the right side of my dress, stitch it down, and then turn it over to the wrong side and hem it down. I will also do the same thing to the back. So I'm done hemming the neckline. This is what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place the front piece together, right side facing each other. So after placing it, I'll just go ahead and arrange it properly. So after arranging it from the neckline, I'm going to stitch it with 1 inches down. So at the full length, I'm going to come up by 6 inches or 5 inches for the slit opening. Okay, so I'm going to measure 6 inches or 5 inches above or upward like this. So my 1 inches will stop at that point right there. So that is where my 1 inch stitch will stop. So I've already stitched it down and I stop at 5 inches for the slit opening. So I've also edged the fabric. Okay, so the next thing I went ahead to do now is to fold the fabric downward like this by 1 inches, and then I'll stitch it down. This is the black fabric I'll be using as my bias for the front. I don't have velvet bias right at the moment, so I cut out 3 inches width for the bias. So I'm going to fold it like this into two, and then fold it again like this, half an inch inside, just like a bias. Okay, so this is what I'll be using for the black strap at the front. If you don't have velvet, you can use fabric. So I went ahead and iron this slit opening down. Now this is the front fabric right here. I've also ironed my bias. Now go ahead and place it at the neckline, closer to the neckline. Okay, so I'll place it like this, stitch it down on both sides. So at the center, I'm going to place my bias at that stitching line that I sewn at the front. So that will be my guideline for the front stitching of this bias. Okay, so I'll place the other side as well and stitch it down. So my stitching will end at the ending of my fabric. Okay, so I've also fixed the other side. I've also sewn the other side of my bias. This is what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join the back piece together with the front. I'm going to place the back and the front piece together like this, then go ahead and join the shoulder with half an inch.
I'm done joining the shoulders. I also went ahead and iron it down.
So I'm going to fold my sleeve opening by 2 inches. So after folding it like this, I'll also go ahead and fold it again with half an inch, then hem it down. So this is the sleeve opening right here. Now for my pockets, I'm going to measure from my shoulder down to where my pocket will start, which is 18 inches. I just notch that point right there and notch 18 inches. So I'll go ahead now and shaping the sides, stop at that notch that I did, then face my pocket, then continue the shape at the side. So I've already shaping the side and I stop right there. So this is my pocket right here, and then I'll go ahead and fix my pocket, then continue my sewing. So guys, I'm done shaping it and I also fix my pocket. This is what it looks like, and I've also fix my zipper. So I close my zipper, there's no slit at the back. So this is what it looks like, and I also went ahead and hem the down part of the dress. So guys, this is all for this tutorial. If you find this helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Okay, see you on my next video.